Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about Destiny Payton, the former cast member of Love and Marriage Huntsville. She is due back in court on February 14th, Valentine's Day. For her, it may be more like V-Day. With her ex-husband, LeBarick Williams. So before we get into the details, though, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video, or even if you were to hit the dislike button, either one of those will stimulate this video, meaning that YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you. And definitely everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and my opinion. All right. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this article by Urban Belle is allowed. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right on in. So as you can see, my source is Urban Belle. They actually released this article just today. And shout out to Chef Don Don, who I believe is the first blogger to report it on YouTube. And there will be another YouTuber that gets an acknowledgement in this article as well. So LeBarick is bringing Destiny Payton back into court over her recent interview. Remember, it's probably been about a month or a few weeks ago. I did give commentary on that interview. And I said at the end of the video, as usual, whenever Destiny opens her mouth, there's always more questions. There's always more questions. She talks so circular and nothing is ever definitive or explained clearly. And so I believe that LeBarick definitely found some holes in the things that she was saying as well. So she will be back in court this Valentine's Day, and it is after LeBarick filed a motion. So he has filed a motion regarding her recent bankruptcy filing. And we all know that a few months ago, Destiny was arrested after LeBarick accused her of forging his name on some utility documents. Now, LeBarick, of course, filed the paperwork in Madison County, Alabama. He wants to reopen their divorce case because he basically wants to prove that Destiny is not following the agreements that were lined out in the final divorce decree. Now, here's a YouTuber by the name of T from TV. T, that's TEA from TV. According to this YouTuber, LeBarick says that Destiny allegedly violated the decree and the settlement by making it very difficult for him to sell their marital home. As we all know, LeBarick and Destiny, they separated quite a few years ago. I want to say it was also in 2020. But it was just in 2023 and the later half of 2023 by the time LeBarick sold their home. That is definitely not the norm. I come from a family, although my parents were married for 49 years until my mom died, all of my siblings are divorced. Only one has remarried. So I know that it's quite normal to refinance after a divorce and people move on. When I was a loan officer, I've even written loans for people who had been divorced and there was a refinance to take this spouse off. They take out the equity out of the home, split that in half, and then the other person, moves on. They go on about their separate ways. But with LeBarick, it was taking him forever because we know that Destiny was still living in the marital home. At one point, allegedly, she even moved in her dad. And I always felt like she moved in her dad to make it that much more challenging for LeBarick to get her out of the house. Because now it's, where I would have to find a roof over my head as well as my dad, so I always felt like that was kind of done on purpose. Now, it is also being alleged that Destiny refused to refinance the home that was in their name. But remember that interview that Destiny did about a month ago? She said that she was denied the refinance because she could not provide a current mortgage statement. And, I feel like that had to have been a story. I definitely questioned it in my commentary. Even if from a documentation standpoint, the mortgage underwriter did ask for a current mortgage statement, that is normal. But I'm sure LeBerick wanted to get rid of the marital home and just, close that final chapter in their divorce. I doubted that he was refusing to give her a current mortgage statement. He could have taken pictures of it and just texted to her, or he could have logged into his mortgage lender's website or their app and just took the mortgage statement, hit the share button, and emailed it to Destiny. It would have been super duper easy, but she was trying to project and make him look like the petty one, in my opinion. So also, LeBerick is claiming that Destiny is also violating their visitation agreements for their only child. Now, that, of course, is a very broad statement. We don't know specifically what she's trying to do, if she allegedly tries to meddle when he tries to pick up their son. We don't know what that means. We just know that according to him, she's violating the visitation agreements, which is sad, because I know that LeBerick wants to have a fruitful, full, meaningful relationship with his child, just like I'm sure she does. So why stand in the middle of that? So also, there was criminal contempt. So this is basically, this part of this article, these next few paragraphs, is a summary of Destiny's interview on the Dear Wifey podcast. And I made a video about that interview, and I will actually have that towards the end of this video so that you could just click on it if you wanted to watch it again. But she was basically saying that he would not provide the mortgage statement and that underwriting denied her for that reason. Now, also, and that also makes me feel like, because I guess the loan, I would imagine, was just in LeBerick's name, but on title, he put her on the home as well. And that is common for some couples, right? Like if the one spouse, if the husband makes enough money and doesn't have a lot of debt, he alone could qualify for the mortgage, but he's going to do the right thing and put his wife on the title with him, then she has just as much rights to the property as he. I've written loans like for a lot of Indian couples. I noticed that the Indian husband, he'll just take on that debt just in his name, but he will certainly add the wife to the title. I'll never forget, I wrote a loan like that for a white couple. And when I tell y'all, one day the wife called me. The loan was just in the husband's name, but he told her and he told me we're gonna both be on title. So one day the wife calls me and she said, "Oh yeah, I just want to ask a question. If he and I were to split, if it's over, do I get to ask for half the house?" And I said, "You sure do, because he said he's going to put you on title." I was totally like, woman to woman, you know what I'm saying? Like in Eddie Murphy Raw, when he said the African woman would tell an American woman, give me half, or the American woman would tell the African woman, you're entitled to half. So I will never forget that conversation. But whenever I read about Destiny and LeBerick, it does take me to those mortgage writing as a loan officer days, with if just one spouse is on the loan, but both are on title. And then I've worked with men where, they won't put their wives on title. And that is shady AF, okay? So LeBerick was doing the right thing. He took on the mortgage, I believe, just in his name, but he added Destiny to the title, and she still won't do right in refinance. Or maybe she could not. So here's the paragraph about criminal contempt. So also, LeBerick allegedly wants the judge to find Destiny in criminal contempt. This is because of statements that she made about the divorce in recent interviews. However, the documents do not specifically refer to the Dear Future Wifey podcast interview or any other specific interview by Destiny. And you know what? I feel like that could almost be like strategy on LeBerick's part, so that if he does not specify which interview he feels like led to her being in criminal contempt, in his opinion, then she can't go back and look at that interview and try to cap and say, "Oh, I meant this," well, the interviewer asked me that, and they kind of painted the picture and not me, So by him leaving the specific interview out of the documents, Perhaps she can't really strategize and think of a reason as to why the interview went a certain way. But this is definitely major. LeBeric is not playing Mr. Nice Guy anymore. And I can't blame him. After a while, you get tired of being the bigger person, the mature person, the spiritual person. You want to match people's trifling energy when they take your kindness for weakness. I totally get it. Can y'all imagine like dating LeBeric and dealing with Destiny like the mother of his son or being his wife? Oh my gosh. Well, I want to hear from you all in the comments. What do you all think about LeBeric taking her to court? He is definitely tired of the negativity and he wants her to do right, grow up and do right by that divorce decree. What do you think about him saying, she made it hard for him to sell the home. She refuses to follow the divorce decree. I think it's totally in relation to the refinance and perhaps speaking on him in interviews. It's so funny. And I have a last thought. It's so funny how you get like feelings within. When I was watching that interview, the feeling that came over me was you were on a reality TV show for 5 seasons, 5 consecutive seasons. And I remember season after season, I would always be frustrated with Carlos King because I did not understand why Destiny Payton was still on the show. And I felt like I did not know her. With Melody Cherie, I bonded with her. Although I've never been married and I don't have children, but just her standing up for herself, no longer going to be disrespected. If you can't understand that you have a great wife, then it's your loss. Deuces. I totally bond with her. I admire Miss Van. She's totally maternal, feels like she's everyone's mom. There are certain people that you just bond with. With Destiny, it was like a blank slate. Like I don't know her. She could say that she was a secret assassin. And I mean, because I feel like I know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I just found it to be so ironic that she talks so much in that Dear Wifey podcast interview. Way more than she did in 5 seasons on a reality TV show. And if I am correct, that one of the things that she's not following in the divorce decree is that she is speaking on LeBeric when she's not supposed to. My guess is that she decided to roll the dice and do what she had to do to get back on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's like creating a storyline by aggravating her ex-husband and possibly, allegedly, violating their divorce decree. Rolling the dice, taking a gamble just to get back on that show. So thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate the support. Please hit the like button on this video. It is a free way of supporting the channel and it means a lot to me. I appreciate you. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. And I will talk with you all very soon and take good care. Bye.